We need to increase our reach. We were out by the afternoon and you didn't play the 2 p.m. Okay. Kind of hard to play and there's not much time left, Happens. Okay. And now back to schedule. So the jobless claims were 232. We were expecting 232,000 jobless claims this morning. And consensus was 230. So perfectly in line. No surprise. PMI numbers, PMI flash, they call it, are coming at 9:45, 15 minutes after the market opens. Oh, gee, that's freaking wonderful. They just like to mix it up just to screw with you. Existing home sales at 10 a.m. Then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., top of the hour, Jay Powell will start to speak at the Economic Forum, the symposium, Jackson Hole Symposium. Okay, then that's all we got left for the week. Not too bad, but the Jay Powell speech, it will move the market, his words. He won't be talking policy, but his words, people will, get a street read on him, and his thoughts and his current demeanor and about the temperature of the economy and the state of all the different factors. So believe it or not, it will move the market for him just to be speaking. Um, I just wanted to double check next week if there's anything big. Next week, pretty much next week, the only thing is at the end of the week, Thursday, we have GDP numbers coming in. It's a revision or it's an estimate based on all the factors, and it's the second time they'll be reporting on the same GDP numbers. It's just it gets more and more accurate each passing month, and then they finally pin down on the last one. They pin it down as the final uh, quarterly result. So it's sort of like they release the quarterly results when there's only 1 month of three information out. So it becomes almost a month over month in some sense. Then they do this next estimate, which is happening right now, and then they do a final, and then they pin down that as the quarterly GDP report when it's finally done. It's kind of stupid in that way that it's not really quarterly. It's a quarterly report that's revised monthly. I don't know. They should just give monthly numbers. Well, they do. I mean, you can look back on it and you can go by the month by month as well, because of the way they give the numbers. So that's Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is pretty much open, free. Uh, what do they call it when you have like something in the fridge and your roommates can take it because it was just there? What do they call that? That's what I want to say. Uh, Ben, Ben, you would know. And then Friday of next week is PCE. So Thursday and Friday next week, GDP, then PCE are the big numbers. Free game. Oh, I think it's called free game. So it's free game on the open range on the market until Ben, I was asking, what do they call it when like you have roommates and shit and and there's food, your food's in the fridge, their food's in the fridge, whatever, and then you open the door and someone else ate something that you had, and that other person says, "Hey, your name wasn't on it." It's douchebag. No, it's like it's free. I think they call it free game or something like that. Anyway, fair game. Maybe it's fair game. I don't know. Free game, right? I think so. I forget what they could do. There's a word for that, that exact thing. And that's what the market's going to be from. I mean, the J Powell speech will move things a little bit, but I think we're pretty free and unrestricted right now, all the way until Thursday of next week. All right. So take note of that. Fair game, also ass whooping time. That was my motherfucking orange. It's like what they did in San Francisco. They raised the I think in at least in California, but perhaps nationwide, You can't prosecute. You can't sue somebody for more less than less than a $20 grievance or something. I think it's like, you can't sue somebody if they stole your pack of cigarettes or something. It has to be above a certain amount. And and then so in San Francisco, essentially they raised that to, what was it, $900 or $950, which is insane. You can do $950 in damage, and it's considered just ordinary life um dynamics. Ordinary life. They don't consider it a crime. Crazy. But so yeah, 900. So it's sort of like that. Like somebody takes your orange juice out of the fridge. I mean, do you really go balls to the wall and beat the guy up over, $7 orange juice bottle, even though it's fucked up? And then Ben's like, damn right I do. I'm gonna crack a fucking didgeridoo over his head. And it's hard to break those motherfucking things. So that's serious damage. I mean, I think you could probably kill somebody trying to break a didgeridoo over their head. Ooh, AIRI, which I got in just a little bit ago on this pullback, is moving, guys. AIRI. So that's enough about the market. The market looks good. It's extended. It's long in the tooth, but it just keeps going. AIRI is going. I need to take a little piece out right there. When it gets up to a previous level, it's a good idea to do so. So I'm taking out. I haven't heard my fill yet. There we go. I just got a fill, and that was just like a 10% exit, 11% exit. Still holding most of my position on that I just got in down here to see what's going to happen today. I sounded like Bill Murray and Caddyshack there. To see what's going to happen. All right. So I'm watching also VRAX recover from that shelf offering. It's already halfway recovered, and I may be scaling. I already scaled a bit out of that because it's on the semi-loss side, but it's actually not anymore. I fully recovered. It's just I'd like to see on the open market, is it gonna dump or is it gonna recover? And I'm also, of course, in GovX. And by the way, I was live yesterday for the last hour or two of the market, plus another 20 minutes after the market close, on my social media. I believe it was mostly on YouTube. I'm trying to get my new streaming setup kind of dialed in. And when I do, and I'll let you know, but we might be changing the morning format as well because I'd like to get everything a little bit universalized. Everything's kind of going out on all platforms and all systems are go. I'll let you know. So anyway, staff this morning, Airy and MobX I looked at already, didn't look too good. GovX, VRAX, QMCO. I've got the squawk in my ear. GDC from yesterday is also a pick today. GRFS. This was yesterday, was moving around as well. GRFS. Let's just see. We got a couple minutes before the open. Let's just go see if we can pick out anything else we really can get excited about or interested in. CMND. I was in that yesterday. Got in. Was it after hours? No. It's showing very strange information. 139. Oh, I see it hit 170 post market. Wow, it hit way up here near the 200 moving average in in after hours. Yeah. I get it. CMND. Oh, there it is. Where did I get it? $1.55 yesterday. So even higher. I got it in. Oh, I got it way up here. In after hours, it was flying. That's why I got it. I just like grabbed some, but it was a really wide risk down to $1. So only about 30% pullback. For some reason, it says I'm up. No, no, no. I'm down. Okay, I'm down. I'm down $34. Yeah, that's 1/3. What did I say? 33%. I mean, this is I'm pretty sharp here. Pretty sharp. Airy, VRAX coming back from the shelf offering. Dilution. Remember we talked about that. Dilution happened on VRAX. It went from 750 to $5 on an offering this morning. We got in it yesterday at about 5. It moved to 8. I had all of my profit targets already set, so it's been taking lots of profits. I've minimized, and then it dropped this morning. Now it's recovering halfway from the drop, and I'm still up above my original entry and have taken profits. Kind of pretty, but I would like to see if it's going to fail out, if it's going to crap out at the open here. Looks like yesterday we had about 80% green from the open on the growth opportunities. I went through so many of them. I think all of them. I mean, Michael was there. Michael was watching the live stream. I went through every chart that was worth going through. I mean, just everything. And there really was not any opportunities other than what I alerted for you. I got in some put credit spread yesterday. I forget what it was. I think it might have been app. I think it was app. Yeah. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10. So that was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And I'm in about 50 small caps. And of course, I'm balls to the wall on bonds, as you know. And I've got um, only a small allocation put credit spreads right now. Just because the timing isn't quite right on the market. I'm just the opportunities and the liquidity and it's just all not lined up. But that's the beautiful thing about that system is that, the rules will help you not find opportunities when there shouldn't be. But as well, you should also have a market sentiment rule for everything. We only trade in a bull market. Just hold your money in a bear market. I mean, you can do scalps, day trading at most, and even that'll probably just chop sideways in a bear market. But it keeps you busy, okay. All right, 5 seconds till the market opens. But anyway, yeah, stay out of a bear market. You guys should know how to do that now. And then Randy says same thing. Everything looks very extended. But remember that so long as it's liquid, like I got it into a PCS on app yesterday. Look at app. And I think it's really extended. Let's see. Yeah. I got into app yesterday. It's very extended, but that's because it's a PCS, so they're more forgiving. And yeah, you don't want to get in at the high, but a PCS is forgiving enough that all it takes is a little more progress at some point in the next 3 month, 6 weeks, other than ordinary pullback. If it can just do one more push, then you're boom, you're over, you're in 100%, 50% max profit plus. All right, so VRAX, are you going to dump from the open? And then ARI, looks like it could even halt. It's the way the price action is on ARI is very interesting. Where's ARI? There it is. Okay. Pre-market high on ARI is 670. All right, VRAX, what are you going to do? Are you going to dump? I think it's going to dump because, it's an offering and now it's the open market and anybody who couldn't sell in pre is finding this out and they want to dump. But it looks like it doesn't want to dump. Okay, great. Fine. Don't dump then. I'll take it. I am up a lot on GDC, 63%. At some point, it was at 86%. I've been taking profits all the way up. I only have a little piece left now. What do I got? Oh, next to nothing. I have a $63 position on it now. I mean, I'm basically all out on it. However, GDC could move more. I mean, you can't complain when a trade works out and then you take profits, and so you got what you planned for, maybe even better. Then the stock continues and it goes and it skyrockets, and you're supposed to regret something like that. Just doesn't make sense. You did well. You can't. That's just the way it goes. It's one of those things like yesterday's the I wish conversation we had about I wishes, and you just eventually you just learn that that's just an open factor that will exist, and there ain't nothing you can do about it except for the fact that perhaps it could have triggered an entry signal on something if you look at the daily chart. EOS, yes, and I'm in that, I believe, or all out now because I took profits, but I've been in EOS. I mean, EOS. Okay, I'm in ESOA. Where? Oh, there's EOS. Okay, it's negligibly up today. But yeah, I'm up 7% on that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, GDC wants to crap out. Airy. I probably should look for profit targets on Airy. It looks like it's going to move and maybe even be done with here in a second. Yeah, I better watch Airy. I'm in it. I think it's AI. No, Air Industries. Okay. Um, so just underneath 649. See, I should have took profits just a minute ago. Some. All right, I'm going to take another just out of diligence. Right now, I'm supposed to have an order at 649. I should have had that set up. Next one is just under 730. Where did it top? 690. Okay, I'll put some 695, 20, 745, 70. All right, got a whole bunch of profit targets set up right there, but it's looking like it's going to fail out, frankly. It looks like it's going to go red, and that's what it's doing. See, but yeah, it really had a pretty strong move over VWAP and bounce and a lot of support, so it could take off. I will give it some room, but my stop is to 450, and I'm already exited 30%, which is very good at uh like over 10% gains. Hey, that's good stuff, people. Yeah, VRX. Well, there goes Airy a little bit. Yeah, yeah. And then staff. This one's staff. Interesting. GovX is dropping. GDC is dropping. I think I will trade out of GDC. I've gotten enough out of it. I'm up like 80, 50%. And I only have a little piece left, like I said, the 60 bucks. So I'm flattening out of GDC. And then the other one to look at is GovX. What are you doing there? Red off of the open. There's no offering. I might get out of that, but okay. VRAX also doing a similar thing. All right, let's look at the daily chart on GovX and see if it's time. It's going to be one of these days again. Acting like it. And then VRAX. Yeah, VRAX held up pretty nicely on the daily considering the offering. Any others? So staff is also STAF is coming across the squawk a lot. Let's take a look at MobX. Nope. Staff. Staff kind of doing good. Am I in it? I don't think I'm in it. Probably should get a piece of that. Yeah, it's breaking over pivots now. 2.7, 2.5 for the stop. So about 120 shares for me. Take that risk. Right, back to VRAX. What do we want to do with GovX and VRAX monkeypox situation? I'm going to get rid of GDC now. That's yesterday's stock left over, basically. AIRA continuing to make moves. Looks like it's going to break. I already set up those targets, right? Yeah. It's going to break through some targets. Back to, what was it? Staff. Situation on staff. And the market itself, growth market looks like 50-50. TEM continues to just fly. Maybe that's the one you're talking about, Randy, because TEM, I think it's just been, yeah, green, 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 green. But this is a recent IPO, not a growth stock necessarily, not the kind that we pick. So this is something more looking for the blow off top, the exhaustion top. All right, I'm in staff. Looks like I'm going to have to start picking some profit targets because it's kind of working out. So first one will be right underneath this point here, 328. So I would pick out probably 327. All right, that's in. Yeah, that's right at the top there. And then 348. Put that at 347 actually. And then I'll just put one intermediary one at 339. And then 377. So that's like below 375, 374 is where we put those. And then I'll put some intermediaries along the way as well. All right. So now I've got 50, 60. I have 50% exiting all the way to 375. 50%. And I just got hit on something. Yeah, I just got hit on my first exit on staff there at 327. If it breaks through the high, we're talking about testing 4. So I will put one more order just underneath 4. 97. And it looks like I need one of them intermediary orders along the way. I'll make that 384. All right, so that's 70% exiting up to $4 accounted for, set and ready to go. GovX, VRAX keeps falling. I'm gonna flatten out of that now. It's time. I have barely any position left anyway. All right, there we go. And then something else just staff just hit 2 more targets. Where is that here? Okay. We just got up to almost 350 on staff. And staff, I'm up 7% is what it says. Move to swing scalps. Airy is up 11% as well. Swing. Oops, where did I just move that? YMM, INSM, Tim, Futu, CPang, AMS, Arval pops. AMS coming across the scanners. Well, it popped, but it's really pulled back. From the open, it looks good. American Shared Hospital Services. Wondering where to put the stop here. $3 should be fine. It's at $450, $1.50 of risk. Is it halted? I think it's halted. I think it's halted. $1.50 risk, 100 divided by $1.50, 67 shares. AMS, I bet it's halted. Oh, wait a minute, it's not halted, but it has a dollar bid ask. It's got to be halted then. But I usually, when it's halted, the bid and the ask flip, so you know it's halted. That's strange. All right, we'll have to see where that opens up in a second here. So I'm still in Airy and staff, and we're going to see where these things go. The market is really compressed, lacking volatility. This AMS, let's put that right here. MOBX just came across the squawk. Failing out. We already looked at that and noticed that QMCO. VRAX, GovX, GDC, first red day considers it, really? Yes, no. This could be a good short on GDC. 650, 550, about 80 shares. Let's do it. Oh, the other one opened AMS, so I want to get my about 100 shares at that point. Looks like it's failing though. Let's see. Like to short GDC in the meantime, but this stock is moving. There's a lot on the sell side. A lot of orders. Asks. I might stay away from that. I might stay away from AMS. GDC, and we'll come back to AMS. GDC, I want to short. Like that. What was the high pre-market? 60 at 560. So maybe I would be safer to do 50 shares here. So the ask. Uh, there are not shares available. Oh well, I tried. I am in Lumen short, and how's that doing? Hasn't really done much. Okay, back to what was I looking at? The squawk is going in my ear. Um, it's over here. Was it QMCO? No, AMS. Oh, it halted down. Look, it's interesting in that it's halting a lot. I mean, that's useful. Volatility. And halted up, now halting down. I mean, it's having all of its direction squashed and quelled. Is it quelled? Is that a word? To quell something? Quell. Put an end to, typically by the use of force. Yeah, it's having its um movement quelled. That's a perfect word, really. I become more literate as I get older. Probably most people are more literate when they're younger, and then as their mind fades, it fades. For some reason, I've gone the other way. Everything that I've ever remembered is starting to come into play just 30 years later. It's on a delayed reaction. Aries dropping out now. I might want to take action on that. Let's see. Failing down. Seems to be being bought up at the moment. I have no idea what the news is on any of these stocks today. Nor do I care. Staff apparently just started getting hit. Holy crap. Anybody else in staff? Woo! What a pop on staff. Wowzers. And it's going to halt, I'm sure, if it's not halted already. I think it is halted. There it is. It's halted now. Boom. See, now you have crossed bid and ask. That's how you know it's in a halt. Wow. All right, so staff, I'm up 27% just because of that little move. I got all of my exits hit. That's excellent. And I've still got, I think I got 120 initially, so I've still got about 30% of my position left. There you go. There you go. I've got really nothing terrible happening anywhere else in my portfolio. Everything's doing just fine, and the winds are doing their thing. For some reason, it shows Netflix as down, but I believe this is a put credit spread in my thing. So I believe that's probably just anomaly, unless Netflix is having a terrible red day. Let's see. No, it's not. See, it's just inefficiency, and probably will settle in at some point throughout the day on the options and price properly. I'm not down on that at all. That gorgeous stock, gorgeous trade. Nobody else was in staff. That was really good. Staff and Airy were the best looking things this morning. And I might be getting out of area. I'm going to keep it on the trigger finger here. Those were probably those were probably dilutions, dilutive cells. I'm getting the dilution vibes from Airy. Let me look at the big chart and see if we can see huge dilutions. That was just an earnings based drop. Like there was any dilutions on this run from $2 to $7 and earnings was bad. Not getting any dilution vibes in the last year. Possibly this was dilution. Possibly this was dilution. Both cases, it only dropped from 7 to 550. So that's about a 20% drop, I think. And then 450 2 eventually, but the next day, 4. So very tiny. So I don't think we got to worry about dilution on Airy just from looking at the chart. I don't need some fucking thing to show me, but it helps. It helps to know that there could be something hidden out there. You don't want to be um you lack knowledge, when you lack information, ignorant, I guess, of what there could be on something. I'm talking about Airy. There it is, Airy. Okay, I'm over in the dilution tracker right now. Yeah, they haven't done dilution since 2017. Their cash position has been resilient, although for the last 2 years it's been a little low. So they could have been pressed. It feels kind of famine-y, like with a bit of famine going on in their cash position in the last 2 years. They've been a lot stronger for 5 years prior to that, and they haven't done any dilution since 2017. So that's 3 plus 4, that's 7 years. So I don't think we got to fear dilution on Airy. I think we're good. And as a matter of fact, while I was talking about it, it recovered. And here we go. So Airy and staff looking good. Now I'm going to check staff. Let's check staff. Did you want to see this when I'm doing this? Okay, let me pull this up. So let's go back to Airy, and I'll show you what I was looking at. Here's Airy. So it's all the way back to 2017. There's been no dilution, no big dilution events. Here's a big one in 2017. See, this is the number of shares outstanding. It's going along, and then a bit of a pop there, boom. And then so in 2017, they did quite a bit of dilution. But since then, there's been nothing of problematic. I mean, these could be dividends and stuff like that, and warrants exercising. This is just normal movement. And then this is the cash position I was talking about. From this point before, they've always been able to say to themselves, we're good. We're going to have 1 billion or 2 billion cash at any time of day. But lately, for the last 2 years, they've been kind of on the famine side. See what I'm talking about here? So that could breed desperate uh ideas. The market's dropping, by the way, pulling back. The market's red, and that AMS never went anywhere off of those halts. I was about to get into that, but with a big wide risk to stop, so I would still be okay. But I'm not in it because it didn't look good out of the halt. So now let's check out. That was Air Industries. Let's check out Staff's dilutions. Yeah, Staff is pretty dilution happy. I mean, this is like a regular ramp up. Staff is dilution happy. You gotta be careful. Do I have exit set on that? Let me double check. Go over to staff. I do not have any further exits set on that. Oh, and it just dropped very heavy. Damn. I was like just about to take another piece out, and that better not be an offering. Uh, there are some open offerings, priced. Yes, there's some open offerings, two that have been open since 2021 and 2023. They've been open, and 5 million to raise 5 million to raise 20 million. 265. Which ticker is this again? Staff. I don't know. I don't think this is dilution going on right now, but it could be. Oh, you know what it is? Never mind. It's fine. It's just ordinary coming out of the halt, people taking profits. But like I showed, you do got to worry about dilution on staff, and look at their cash position. Even with dilution, they can't keep money. It's like, what do they keep blowing it on? Like they're risking too much. Just simple from a simple thinking perspective, you just look at this stuff, not a good company to invest in. And then you look at their chart, staff, let's see. Yeah, and you can see that they're diluting into their investors. their cash position is not even being helped by that dilution, which tells you that they're just immediately spending all the cash that they take from investors through dilution. And so that tells you that they do not have a good internal operating plan. So they're a very poorly managed company. You can start to make assumptions, you see. And what was that? AIRI is popping now. So moving on from that, you get it. ARI was halted. I didn't remember that. It came out of the halt. I took some more profits automatically because I had them set. Thank God. I do not have any further profits set on staff. So I'm going to go back there, make sure I take some of those. Okay, good. I'm I think half out or something on ARI. Back to staff, which price is improving a little bit. I'm going to need to set some more price targets on that. So if we get a pop like that while I'm not looking, um, good to go. Staff. So we go up above 4 and we see what are we talking about? We're talking about here 418. So back here 418, 420, 424. So like 419 would be a good spot. Wow, we hit 418 and reversed. And I'm putting it at 419. So I probably should put it at 417, a penny below the high, just to be diligent there. In case it doesn't repop to high. If it does, then the next stop is 40, just under 440, so 439. Go. And then 470, so 467 would be fine. That's almost everything accounted for. At that point, I still have one little piece left, and let's see what we're talking about here. To 499, $5. So yeah, I'll take that. I'll just have it fully exit if it gets up there. We shall see by the seashore. Staff and then ARI. Okay. I got out of VREX, right? Yeah, I believe so. Now, what about GovX? GovX is bouncing off of a drop. I'm still in some GovX here, and I have orders set. Okay, good. Chris is way up. This is something I got in, and I don't have any orders set for it. What is Chris doing? Let's take a look. I have to. Don't you have to delete your stop to automate your exits in Active Trader? Yes, but I don't have any stop set. Crazy as that sounds. Sometimes I do, and you can, and there's even complex ways to automate out all of it. But I don't have any stop set. Why? Because if the thing's working, it's got a long ways to go to get to my wise stop because I'm putting a very wide stop, which is wise, uh, on the trade mentally, right? Like where it's gonna be. Hang on one sec, Chris. Okay, Chris, 773. We're at 795. Damn, that's excellent. All right, take another piece out right there. The last piece I took out was what? Not even today. I had no orders left. It blasted through them all yesterday, I believe. At least it doesn't show in my ladder about any fills. Why am I not selling? Did it halt? Falling? Still thin? Takers? Interesting. The high was 795. I think we're still going to blast that. So I'm going to move it up to 795. I think we're going to try and break through $8 on this. And the next stop then would be like 839. So I'll take another piece out over there. And if you have any other questions, Randy, or anybody, let me know. Okay, I didn't catch them mentally. Part of your whys. Stop there. I like that with the Z. Good branding. Did you used to work in marketing? 896 would be the next exit. Get Evan. Evs get. Anyway, 894. I'll put that at. So that's two, no, three. That's about 60% of what I have left, all the way up to. Then it would slide all the way up here to 962. So I'll put right below 950, another order. Leave the last piece. If all those get hit, or they all get swiped, then I'll leave the last piece. Now, what's going on with Airy and Staff? Just checking in on that. They're acting fine, it looks like. VRAC's bouncing a little bit. GovX, which I was already in. Moving up. GDC, I'm out of. Out. Should I go back and look at it? You're not really supposed to do that. Okay, good. I made the right decision. You don't you need the tilt. I was a professional poker player for 2 years. Staff, GovX, ADD is moving today in my port. Let me take a look at that. And I don't have any orders set on it. And I need to. Oh man, see? It went all the way up to $10 and I had no order set on that, and that's a tragedy. Oof. What an opportunity lost there that I did not. But let's go ahead and start putting some in. Okay, right below 95. That when you can't get it to give you round numbers. Matter. Yeah. Be all in with 0.9. Oh, fuck it. All right, so 9.4, no. 4, and 9.85, just underneath 9.85. 101. Oh, something's taking profits right now. Staff probably going into a halt even higher. What a machine this stock is today. Wow. Staff. Oh my God, look at that pop. The 464. Very nice. And had now see that's exactly look at that pullback after the pop. I believe I'm nearly 78% out on that. I need to put some more exits on that, whatever that was. ADD. I need to come back to that. But let's see. Yeah, I've only got 20 shares left. I've done well considering how difficult it's been. But somebody wanted to get out on that pop. They hit the big eject button. Sold right into that strength. So that doesn't bode well. Right, I'll go back to ADD and keep Staff on the left there. But I really missed a lot of opportunity here in for exiting on ADD. Or no, I can put another one here, but is it gonna let me? No. Be round numbers. Who's there? Hey guys, just a minute. I'm helping my daughter with some cereal. I just heard an order, Phil. I'm downstairs in the kitchen. I heard an order automatically, Phil. What happened? Is it good? Okay, I'm coming back up. I'm almost here, guys. Oh, there's another order, Phil. What is it? Okay, I'm back. Kodak marketing in a previous life. Very nice. What just filled? What was that? I got two fills, one on Chris and one on Airy. All right, let's go see. Airy, yeah, popped up to the 754 level. I got a fill on Chris because yeah, it's blasting up to $8 right now, Chris. All right, let me get these extra exits set on ADD because that was a travesty. I didn't get those. All the way up to 110 at least. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 30, 180. Half of my position all the way to 110, which would be fine. And then I'll approach it from there. Well, I better put one more blast off order up there and a super up into a halt order somewhere way up there. I'm not getting round numbers. Well, then how did you give me 19? Oh, I think it changed the ladder. I hate that. I want to put one way up there around like 129. Okay. All right. We're done with ADD. Let's go look at what was that? Staff. Did I got it? No. It wasn't staff. It was Airy. Airy, I got an order fill on. Okay. Yeah, I'm nearly 75% out on Airy. Let's look at the daily chart on Airy. Okay. And then the other one is staff. You see GDC is red. Look at that. A parabolic top. God, I need to get short on GDC. Did I already mention that and tried? I think I did try, right? And wasn't able to get it. Damn. Would be 760. Yeah. It's basically too late at this point. Full stop would be too wide. I'll have to put a stop at 6-ish. 80 shares. That could get run into. So yeah, it's just too late. And I think I tried earlier. Correct, guys? Canceled orders. Sell to open. Which one was rejected? Yeah, GDC. Yeah, I tried. No, we won't be able to short that today. But that's a perfect parabolic top to short with a stop at the high. And in this case, it's pre-market high of 750. See it here. It looks like 650, but safer to put it at the wiser to put it at the pre-market high. All right, we're out of VRAX. Keep an eye on it though. But GVOX, I'm still in, or GovX rather. GovX, well, governor. Uh, GovX MRVI finally coming a little bit back in to the picture. This was one that's almost stopped out for me. Okay, all right. I'd like to see it do something in the next few days. Um, anything going poorly? PSNL, which I got in, doesn't look like it's doing too well. Say, I'm down on the position. If on my chart I entered here, could be that I got in and then got out and then for profit, then I got in again. Yeah, I got okay. I see what the plan was. I got in yesterday then at green over red on pullback, and that means my stop. It's probably below this structure here at likely 550 because I know me. Was my entry? Let's see, 626. So that would be there. All right, that's perfect entry to the penny. Can't complain about that. All right. And so you can see I'm about 65% to my stop on that and no profits taken. I don't even have any orders to sell on that anyway. Also having a stronger pullback after movement is Uami. Yeah, that does not look good at all. That's a bearish engulfing. Let me take a look at it on the intraday chart. Whew, that looks like an offering happened. Let's go check StockTwits. Uami. And pull up Uami. Come on. That doesn't work like that? You don't hit return? Okay. You have to click it. Holy hell, massive sell-off, somebody says. Another person says, a small pullback. I don't think he's being sarcastic. Interest in corporate investors. I'm adding more today, blah, blah, blah. People trying to sell the thing. SJP Uami. And that was hours ago. Not seeing that. All right, time to look at it on dilution tracker. Uami, UAM, top 20. Here we go, pulling it up. Here's what it looks like. They've only done one dilution 4 years ago. They've got a fine cash position, nothing to worry about. They have some very old warrants, like years, many years old warrants. Yeah, there's no active dilution going on. There's no dilution to worry about. So this is just somebody hit the exit button. At least I don't got to worry about dilution, but I still might exit today if it continues. UAMY. So I was just checking on the open position there. Airy is improving. Staff is deproving, is devolving, whatever you want to say. Staff, I'm getting close to just punching all out. Whether that's the right decision or not, I've already collected like 85% of my profits. So like if I stayed in so I could get more, well, I mean, great. That's good. Good decision, well performed. But if I punch out here, it's negligibly different than what I've already accomplished with it because of all the take profiting that I already did. So it would not be a bad decision to just punch out after having taken profits. The trade worked. All right. So looking at the market is pulling back. Let's take a look at that on the daily chart as well. See what that looks like. Okay. If it ends this way, this will be the first one since this whole run started, other than this one here, but that wasn't at an extended point. This will be the first red candle in this long in the tooth extended run, and it would and it was interesting, you guys. It was a gap up, push, and then turn red. So this is a preemptive signal that this is a 3-day top. This is day one. Day two is the pivot, the turn, and day three is the continuation down. From there, things could stay level, doji, and come back out and continue. But what will happen is it will most definitely, be put in the books that today is a top across those 3 days, the neighboring days, the before and the after. So regardless, right, you've got that. You can rely on that. However, it is possible that if this puts it as a top, that we pull back for multiple days, maybe even 2 weeks or a week, and then do some chop, or it's maybe a choppy pullback and we stay down here for a while. So anyway, this is a bit of a signal. The gap opens slightly, push up, and then turn red at the end, presumably, of an extended run, long in the tooth run. That's not a good signal. It would have to be bought up by the end of the day. So the end of the day will be the final confirm for you, but you can already speculate on it. You can already use it for speculation that we could be going red all day and that tomorrow we gap down and then that's the end of the move. It's usually these moves can be relied on until the next morning. From there, if they do continue to do well, great. But you don't rely or count on that. But that's definitely in the probability spectrum. Well, let me look at SPY and see if it had the same situation. Yeah, even more so. And the Dow, no, not the Dow. The Dow remained within bounds. But S&P 500 and growth did. So there's pressure on the markets, in my opinion, at the moment. And there goes Airy for more. Okay, I'm just going to punch out of staff. I think it's the right decision. There we go. And then Airy. Airy, I'll continue to watch. Okay. All right, you guys. That's the morning program for you. And I'll see you back in the group. If you have any questions or anything you want to share, you just share it over in the group. All right. Have a good one, everybody. You're very welcome.